So, okay, a last question for me then is why should projects build on BNB Chain instead of other blockchains out there? What's the main cause in your mind, or main causes maybe?
Yep. So first of all, I would say that as we are really trying to push for a multi-chain world, that I don't think the question should be a either or. Like I don't think it should be, hey, do I want to be on BNB Chain versus on an Ethereum? I think you should do both, especially because it's really easy because it's all EVM compatible. Of course, now if you're talking about, you're on some not EVM compatible chain like Solana, then there's more work. But I think it's not that much either. I think maybe it takes a team about a few weeks. So I think that's point number one. Point number two is, if we talk about the strength of BNB Chain, I think there are a few. One is that we do have the largest number of retail users. So if you are building a retail-facing product, I think you want to be where the users are. So I think that's number one. The second thing is that we do have a number of support programs, and we're constantly coming up with new ones. So, gas fee rebates if you're growing fast. We have advisors network. We have a KOL network. We have experts who will help you with tokenomics. So we have a number of programs that are here to support you as you kind of build on BNB Chain. So I think I would highlight those two, like the support that we can give through your entire lifecycle of the project. And then secondly, this is where the users are at. And so even if it's not your first primary destination for your smart contract or project to deploy, I think it's a no-brainer to have at least an instance of your dApp on BNB Chain, especially if you're even compatible. It takes like a few days, right?
Yeah, because also when BNB Chain came out, it was much less fee than Ethereum, for instance, right? But now there are so many others who also has that on their agenda or that they provide. So
yeah. So I think fees are an interesting topic, right? Because it depends on the use case, right? So because for example, if you are a project that's working, if you're a game, right, where there are a lot of transactions that need to happen, gas fees are really important. The cost of it, and so BAS, which is kind of application side chains, where the fees are going to be a lot more in control of the specific projects. But I think if you're looking at something like DeFi, where the typical transactions are a lot higher, a difference between if the transaction is 1 cent or 2 cents probably doesn't really matter too much, and where they're potentially, and I think this is probably why, for example, GMX, DOPEX, and Arbitrum has grown a lot, is that perhaps the time to finality, right? So the actual speed might be more important. So I think gas fees are just one consideration, and it applies. Its importance differs depending on the specific application that you're building.
Yeah, that's true.